Courts rarely cancel contracts because of inadequate consideration. But in Jackson v. Seymour, a brother sells timber without any shady intent, and a court logs the problems with the contract. Lucy Jackson, a widow, asked her brother Benjamin Seymour for help managing the rental of Jackson's farm. Jackson trusted Seymour because of their close relationship and Seymour's reputation as a successful businessman and farmer. Tazewell Wilkins asked Seymour about purchasing land. Seymour owned about half of the land that Wilkins wanted, and Jackson owned the rest. Seymour told Wilkins that he'd sell his portion for $275. Wilkins didn't buy the land, but Jackson needed money and asked Seymour about selling the land that Wilkins wanted. Seymour felt bad for Jackson, so he bought the land for $275, the same price he told Wilkins he'd accept for similar property. When the siblings finalized the sale, neither had been on the land before, but Seymour had seen the land while hunting. Shortly after, Seymour realized the land had trees suitable for sale as timber. He hadn't considered the land's timber at the time of sale. He earned over $2,300 from the sale of timber from his land. More than half of the earnings came from trees on the recently purchased land. Jackson learned about the timber and remaining trees on the land. She offered to pay Seymour the purchase price, with interest, in exchange for the property. Seymour refused. Jackson filed suit against Seymour for fraud and asked the court to cancel the deed and order Seymour to give Jackson the profits from the deeded land's timber. The court heard evidence ore tennis or orally, and Seymour testified that, had he known about the timber when he bought the property, he would have paid more. While the court considered Jackson's fraud claim, she added a claim for mistake. The court held that Jackson amended her case too late for the court to consider mistake. There wasn't actual fraud, and Jackson hadn't pleaded constructive fraud. Further, the court stated that, even if Jackson had alleged constructive fraud, evidence didn't support a claim of constructive fraud. Jackson appealed to the Virginia Supreme Court.